Okay, let's look at our score window and our ribbon. First, there are 3 buttons on a Mac up here. You have the close button. If I click that, it'll close the document, but you can see here it leaves the application open, just like we mentioned in earlier videos. So I'll open this document again. Second button is a minimize button. And lastly, we have a maximize or resave button. That's what this green one does. The basic layout of Sibelius contains what's called a ribbon. That's this area up here. And it's divided into tabs and then also groups, common, lines, symbols, note heads group. And then inside of the group, there are various buttons. So the cool thing about Sibelius is that within 3 moves, you can be to the particular button that you're looking for. If there's an item or a button that you're not sure how to find, or a function, you can use the ribbon. So right over here we have the Find in ribbon, which is a search tool. And then next to that, we have the Hide and Show ribbon button. And then next to that is our Help button, which opens a copy of the Sibelius reference guide. We also have in Sibelius what's called full screen mode, and you can access that by going Command U, and you can see now it's created a larger view of Sibelius, gotten rid of this stuff up here. So Command U, and then you can also hide the ribbon by clicking here, or using the ribbon minimize maximize button or command, which is Command F1. So this will give you the largest amount of real estate possible. So I'm going to show the ribbon again and then come out of that full screen mode. Underneath the ribbon, there's also a line of documents right here. This is called the document bar or document tab bar. And what this does is if you have various parts open, it allows you to see various parts as well as the full score. You can add new parts by coming over here and clicking on parts. So if we want to add timpani and maybe violin, we've added these additional parts. We can scroll through these parts by clicking on this button right here in the corner and choosing the part that we want to view. We can also scroll back and forth between the full score and the part that we're on by hitting the letter W. See, that's going to take us back and forth between violin 1 and the full score. If we select a different part like flutes and then hit W, it's going to take us back and forth between flute 1 and 2 and the full score. That's using the W key. If we want to close one of these tabs, let's start over here. We can close it by just going Command W, and that closes each successive part until we have just the full score again. You can add additional parts over here. I think I mentioned that earlier. If you go Shift Command W, it'll close all of the windows. Sibelius also utilizes what they call dynamic parts. What that means is if you make a change on the score, it will be reflected in the part, and if you make a change on the part, it will conversely be reflected in the score. So, for example, if I delete this accent right there, and then go to the score, W, you can see that accent has been deleted, and then I'll delete this fortissimo there in the part, and back to the score, and you can see it's been deleted in the score as well. So that's dynamic parts. At the bottom of your screen, you'll also see what's called the status bar. That's located down here. You can see as I move through the score, it's going to change the location of the pages, as well as what bar number I may be on, and what part I have selected, as well as if we are using a transpose score or a C score. So if I come in here and turn this off, you'll see some of the notes changed, and now we're reading concert pitch. There are also page display buttons down here in the bottom right, as well as a zoom slider, which does the same thing as Command and plus or minus on your 10 keypad, or Command and scroll wheel. So zoom slider is located right there. And let's look at these real quick. This is how your pages are laid out. So if we zoom out, you can see this a little bit better. Now you can see they're vertically and the pages are tied back to back. If we use this option, they're just pages left and right and back to back. This option, all of the pages are separated. And this final option, or actually in this next option, is vertical. So you see everything in a vertical plane. And finally is panorama, which is one large endless page. So it doesn't give you a specific page at all. And you can see that as I'm scrolling through here. It's just one long page to the end of the queue. So those are the page display buttons. One thing I forgot to mention was the shortcut for panorama view, and that is Shift and P, and that will take you in and out of panorama view.